Back on TYT Sports, we were joined by a LSU Tigers fan and guest.
Go Tigers.
Ben. Introduce yourself, Ben.
My name's Ben Collinsworth. Which one? Look at that one.
Ben is the producer
related
of our
to Chris,
podcast.
the producer
of the podcast of the Brett Devon Show.
Related to Chris Collinsworth.
Tangentially, somehow, down the line, somewhere we are related because we're like
Chris
the only two that
Collinsworth.
don't
But
spell
Collinsworth
with
played
a
for
G.
Florida, didn't he? Wasn't he a Florida Gator?
He may have. I don't know.
I'm pretty
I
sure
heard
he
you
was.
like the Gators. That's
He's
just
a
what I
big-
heard.
not a
People
fan
are
of the
saying.
Gators.
Big-time
Speaking of
Florida
the
And
Gator.
apparently their meteorology center that is the only one in the country that doesn't know hurricanes coming. But yeah.
Right. So speaking of,
But I don't want to derail your show.
It's not gonna derail the show. It's gonna cause me to go on a very quick. By the way, we're gonna get into because the title of this clip, people are gonna be like, "Where's the context of it?" It's Tom Brady just gave a giant FU to Roger Goodell. He's coming back from suspension. They're 3-1. They're coming against the Browns. He was vacationing with Gisele in like Positano, Italy. It's gonna be great. But until that point, Hurricane Matthew's very topical because. The Miami Dolphins announced today that they are still going to play their game on Sunday, despite what might not be what's left of Florida.
Right.
And
Like-
Florida State and Miami are going to play.
Right.
And
because-
Georgia and South Carolina are going to play.
Because football comes first, people. Don't we understand this? There's millions of dollars on the line in Vegas.
It would be great if there was just nobody there because, like, from the 30-yard line to the end zone, there's no stadium.
That would be funny if they
They're
were just playing in front
half
of
field,
nobody.
And they're playing half a field.
Oh,
Yeah.
we offered that too, actually.
And they're
Yeah.
playing
We did on Sunday.
He's saying we, like
LSU
he's
did.
like on the
Like
board
we.
at LSU.
Hey,
It's
He's
like,
the king of the
I
we.
am part- I'm
I
part of
spoke
the
to the
Tigers.
chancellor.
Are you the
and,
new coach? Are you taking over?
I think get coach guys up, do a little Coach O.
He'd probably call just as many fake punts as the Mad Hatter did anyway.
right.
But
Every time
Yeah,
you lined up, you're like,
oh,
"It's
dude, I
probably a
love the
fake."
toss over the shoulder. The fake
That-
kick
that was
toss.
pretty cool. Is that Brad
that's
Wing?
the best one. Brad Wing's the punter that did that.
no, but did
that-
he chuck it over
I
the
think
shoulder,
he did.
or did he
I
catch
think he did the play once. We've had a couple of guys do it.
Alright.
We've run it in
It was
Florida
always
twice.
like, creativity is awarded in football because we rarely see it.
Yeah.
So it's always like a shock when you see the fake punt. Even at the NFL
yeah.
level, you're like, oh, that's exciting.
It's so fun.
That's awesome.
Oh, there's nothing better.
Which is-
Much like my Seahawks against the Packers.
There you go.
A couple years ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's one great example. Another one that I always find is like Aaron Rodgers is one of the only quarterbacks that does this in the NFL, and I think every single one should. When they're running up to spike the ball and they're making this, just fake the spike every single
The Dan
time.
Marino.
Yeah.
It never fails.
Yeah, Marino did that
Yeah.
famously. I think it was a Monday night game, wasn't
Yeah,
it? He
I
did
saw
a
it
fake,
just the other day.
fake spike. They should do that every time.
Every time.
Yeah,
Every-
or the fake kneel down too.
Or the fake
Just
kneel
get
down.
as
As close.
Like just
Yeah.
a giant FU to the other team. Like you're already up, you get the ball back, you're just gonna put a knee on it, salt the
just
game away, but
run
you just
around.
instead just
The
chuck
fake-
it deep.
Genius.
The fake kneel though is you're relying on the officials and
Relying
to
on
see
the
it.
officials has never been a good call. But all right, to the good Tom Brady stuff because so full disclosure, as I've mentioned with any panel I've ever had, I am a New York Giants fan. I have no bias towards the Patriots. I just consider myself, I guess, smart enough to realize that no, there is no conspiracy against the Patriots. No, there's no BS to do with, like, for me, personally speaking, I don't know where you guys stand. I thought Deflategate was the biggest failure of the mainstream sports media in its history because I don't think there was anything to do with deflated balls. My entire feeling was it's a headline that could just drive clicks for
Yeah.
an entire offseason.
Well, and everybody just mishandled it. Like everybody. The
Everybody.
Patriots, Tom himself,
Belichick,
like
Goodell,
everybody with the destroying of the phone just kept the story going. Like, you know what I mean? It's like all they had to do was sit back and say like, we didn't do anything wrong, leave us alone, and eventually people would have gotten
And they
sick of
would've
it.
went,
But
like,
there
on
was
a-
just
a
something that would come
witch
out
hunt.
all the time that was like making it better and better. They like fired the equipment guy, and then it was like, well, why would you fire him? And yeah, everybody mishandled that story.
It was a botched job by everybody. What I find so amazing is like they never took into consideration when like Aaron Rodgers, another mention of Aaron Rodgers, came out and Joe Flacco was saying, oh yeah, we tell them to overinflate the balls every time.
Yeah.
Right, to underinflate.
No, they said to overinflate.
Oh,
They
it's
said
over?
It's all a
Overinflate?
preference.
So it's a preference thing.
Oh, I see,
The
I
whole
see.
point was like Rodgers, Flacco were like two quarterbacks who'd rather have it to be.
Well, Tom
a
likes
very
him underinflated because he has tiny, tiny hands.
Yes.
You know, he has tiny, tiny little Vienna sausage fingers, and he
really funny.
he can't grip the ball. I don't care, producer. Come after me. No, I'm kidding.
Is he
joking.
coming? I thought.
Oh, he's
coming.
oh no!
I saw
here it
someone.
comes.
I saw
there's a door
someone
opening.
walking. You know what's really funny? I saw someone walking. I was like, he's coming for us.
No,
But
you
so-
know.
But so like their balls were, as like one of our other hosts have always said, like the balls were squishy. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, and you move on. But so here's what happened though, when because of what like now Brady gets suspended 4 games. I don't think that Roger Goodell is putting 2 and 2 together. Like, he's going to consider this the biggest win of his career. I got Brady off TV for 4 games. I made the Patriots worse. Well, you made them 3-1, which is what better than most people anticipated.
Yeah.
And also, okay, here's a guy who now has not had to go through the first 4 weeks of the regular season, so he's healthier than everybody else. See Le'Veon Bell last week being faster than everybody on the field because he's got nothing to worry about because he was.
Yeah, you might be giving him an advantage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're bringing him back against the Browns.
I know.
So
Come on, like there's a conspiracy theory for you, like there, but the suspension was upheld after the schedule came out, right? So I guess.
Yeah, the
no way that
schedule was already
planned.
released. It was
But
already
it is
upheld,
like a
so-
nice soft landing
It was
for
a
old
nice soft
Tommy.
landing. Going to Cleveland, where by the way they're
Tommy
5
touchdown.
and the Patriots against the Browns 5-1. What do I have down? 60% completion percentage, more yards thrown than any Browns quarterback in the last 25 years. 8 TDs.
Yeah.
He's been off for 4 weeks. He needs a little tune-up. You got to
tune-up.
give Brady a little tune-up.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
like, what's so funny is, and we'll throw these in posts. Like, if you go through Gisele's Instagram, which every man in their mid-20s should be doing, and any man who's going to be 18 at any point should be doing. You don't even have to be 18. Every 14-year-old should be going through these. Because there's beautiful pictures of Gisele Bundchen. She's like warming up with Tom Brady in the
So ridiculous.
in the backyard.
I know he's throwing fade patterns.
Like, exactly, and like she could probably play wide receiver better than anybody on the Browns outside of Terrell Pryor Sr. right now. Like they're in Positano,
there you go,
Italy.
yeah.
Like look at this.
Yeah, it looks horrible.
Is there
pretty.
more? Do we have more
Happy
pictures?
Sunday.
Throwing more pictures? Like they're like
there you
throwing-
go.
Don't worry, guys. I'll keep them ready. This is from like
Now,
week
do you
1.
think Edelman's jealous of that picture? Because you know that him and Tom are dating.
No,
right?
well, right.
They're totally dating.
Look, they're in like, and again, the picture like Us Weekly captures them together. Like
Yeah.
they're the first lady of New England. There you go.
That used to be Julian Edelman's title.
Here's the funny thing with Julian Edelman. They had I think it was Barstool picked it up. Like they think Julian
shit about
Edelman's
the Patriots.
baby mama, right?
Yeah.
She had a baby shower,
Okay.
and the women that showed up to this baby shower, according to like many different sources, it's like the most beautiful baby shower ever in the world. Like everybody there, and you're going like Julian Edelman must be with Tom Brady.
And most of them were just girls Gronk has gone on a date with.
Probably, I would think. Which,
they
by
all-
the way, with
That
Brady
must have been a
back,
big venue.
Oh, how much? I would give my right and left arm to just be Gronk for one weekend.
one day? Or
Just
one weekend?
A weekend. Like
Yeah.
in the off season, go to Vegas, be Gronk with the arm
Yeah,
sling.
you're allowed to
Let's
do
say you
whatever
might
you
lose him
want.
more.
It's actually pretty amazing how much leeway, and I don't say we, I'm just saying in general, like the media will give Gronk opposed to every other player. Like if Gronk goes and spikes a football on a cruise ship and throws champagne off the ship and is dancing with like 50 women, it's that's just Gronk being Gronk.
Right.
But if like Cam Newton does the same thing,
I was going to say
they
Odell.
freak out. If Odell Beckham Jr. does the same thing, they go like, well, he's a distraction.
Yeah.
He's becoming a problem on the team.
Yeah, Odell is he's a problem. I don't know. I'm just trying to
so
make
like
that mad.
the funny thing with Odell Beckham Jr. too is, and as a Giants fan, like I get that he is distracting. What I don't get is why is your coach and organization throwing him under the bus?
Yeah.
Like handle that yourselves,
But
guys. Like,
okay, but like speaking
they
from a
want it.
team where we had Percy Harvin, right, on the Seahawks, like
true.
Percy
maybe
doesn't
there's
like
some
practice.
locker room stuff that like we don't know about. What? Wait, what?
Percy doesn't like practice.
No, Percy does not like practice.
Percy didn't practice at Florida. I'm
No.
pretty sure Percy probably didn't
No.
practice at high
But he
school.
was also a big problem in the locker room, you know? Like there's like the story of like right before the Seahawks Super Bowl against Denver, like Golden Tate had a black eye and it was like
right.
because there was a locker room fight between him and Percy. And so, I mean, maybe Odell's not quite a great locker room guy. Maybe there's some stuff going on behind the scenes.
Could be
you
true.
know?
Odell's
Maybe
welcome
he
to come
called
over
Eli a
anytime.
mouth breather and like, you know, like I didn't say that. Odell Beckham Jr. said it. Don't get mad at me.
It's not wrong.
Odell Beckham Jr. called Eli Manning a mouth breather.
Facts.
That's what I'm hearing.
Straight facts. Yeah, so they had, and then they have Ben McAdoo, who I always said looks like he's been wanting to get a haircut for at least 2 weeks. At all
McAdoo though
points.
is the greatest like name for a coach though.
It is. And it
Coach
is-
McAdoo, it's
Coach
perfect.
It's very American. Very American name. All right, guys. Comment below. What do you think Tom Brady's going to do to Cleveland this
That was us
weekend?
talking about
That
Tom
was-
Brady.
Well, there's a little bit of Tom Brady.
There's a little
Enough
Tom
of
Brady in
Tom
there.
Brady.
Oh,
in
they're
there.
gonna be fine. Just like
Well,
they're
it's like
gonna
the
be
point.
fine.
Well, it's like the clips I don't like doing is when it's like, how many touchdowns is Tom Brady gonna throw for? I don't know, probably 2, and then they're gonna like hand the ball off to Blunt.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 47-0 because of defense. Look, if the Browns win, it's the most miraculous win in Browns history. You can't complain as a Browns fan. The Cavs just won. The Indians are doing just fine. Like, you got nothing to worry about. Just sell the team. Make the Browns go to Seattle and become the Supersonics.
Oh, there you go.
That was
Yeah.
Player Senior's a good athlete.
All right, I'll
Eli
take it.
Manning is a
Good.
mouth breather.
Okay.
Odell, you spell Odell so wrong. There's no apostrophe in Odell.
Yeah, that's not right.
Odell.
That's not right at all.
Odell.
It's the other Odell Beckham. That's who actually said it. All right, guys, like, favorite, subscribe. Everything's in the comment section below in the description box if you want to check out more of Brett on his podcast. Ben, thank you for dropping in and repping some LSU football.
Go Tigers.
That's
He
always a
always
good
does.
thing.
I've
Always
never
go
seen him in
Tigers.
anything
Always
different.
say Louisiana.
Nah.
Well, we'll see you next time.